Hey there guys, it's me Risiko, and today I'll be giving you a deck profile on my Shaddoll Lightsworn deck, right? So this is pretty much a basic deck. There's no meta tier cards in there or any hand traps or anything. This is like a deck to have fun, but it's also a really good competitive deck if you want to try it out. It's just that I don't want to run hand traps or anything that won't help the deck out as much, since this is also a Lightsworn deck at the same time, so you will be losing your cards. But I made sure that this deck works well and has many pluses on the other side. And for the extra deck, there is cards that you guys can replace, but this is just like a starter so that you guys can get a good impression on how Lightsworn deck can be run in Master Rule 5 2020 with links. Alright, so starting off with the monsters, we run one Shaddoll Squamata and one Shaddoll Falco. Squamata is when flipped, you can destroy one monster on the field, and if it's sent to the graveyard, it's a Foolish Burial for all Shaddoll. Uh, Falco is when this card is flipped up, you can special summon one Shaddoll monster in your graveyard face down, and if this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can special summon this card face down. You got two Wendy's, right? And then two Ariel. You got Ariel who banishes three from any player's graveyard and and can special summon one banished monster from your banished zone. If this card is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, this card is almost the same thing as well. Next up, two beasts and two dragons. You have two beasts as your draw power and your 22k attacker, and then your dragon is going to be what you have in your deck to pop spells and traps, also to bounce back monsters to your opponent's hand. And that's all for the Shaddoll cards in the deck. Next up is the Lightsworns, two Fellas, three Lumina, right? Three Lumina and two Fellas. Fellas isn't really used anything but except for like special summoning and blinking. You would use Lumina to drop this card from hand to the graveyard, and then you can special summon it. You don't use it for its effect at all because you don't really want to lose your pluses. You just want to keep on plussing. Now the major card of the deck, which is your must-have, Brave Wolf Lightsworn Beast. If this card is sent from deck to grave, you can special summon it. Alright, next up, you go with two Performing Power Hat Tricker and two Trick Clown. So, what Trick Clown does is that when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can pay 1,000, and then it loses its attack and defense, but you can special summon it. And then you can special summon this if there's 4 or more monsters on the field. So pretty much this is like your plus to special summon and then do whatever you want. Next up, Card Trader. Recommend running 2, but I only have 1 right now. So what Card Trader does, you mill the top 3, it gains attack. It's just there to help you mill your cards to the grave. Last but not least in the monsters, you got White Dragon Wyvern and Black Dragon Collapsed Serpent, right? So this is basically the last 2 cards. You can special summon them either way, and then you can use them as fusion materials or link materials or Xyz materials. Next up for the spells, 3 Charge of the Light Brigade, right? Because you do want to search out your Lightsworns and you do want to mill your deck. This is the only reason why. And you think it would be good to run two, but it's not because I find it that it's inconsistent that you don't actually get any one of them to your hand when you play them. So I recommend running three. Next up, two Shaddoll Fusion. I get that people would want to run three, but this card still got problems with Ash still being a card and everything. Plus, it's best that you run two because you don't really want you do want these in your hand, but the one that you really want is El Shaddoll Fusion, which is going to be the next card. El Shaddoll Fusion, best card for fusion summoning because you can use this to interrupt your opponent's play, and yeah, just quick play them. You can do them to summon construct or something. Next up, last but not least, for spells. Actually last. Best card in the deck for most cards. Like Skomata, but this card does it all. One Foolish Burial. Send one monster from deck to grave. Lost One. Alright, so I would recommend Lost One. Has to be your top option in the deck because this card is amazing, right? Uh, you can bring this from the graveyard to the field, but it will get banished. Just letting you know. But what you do, you target one special summon monster, negate the effect permanently, and its attack is half permanently as well. And then discards in the grave. If your opponent will special summon again, you can set this card automatically from the graveyard to the field. So even if this card does get milled from the deck, you still got the chance to play it. Shaddoll Cores. Uh, there's not much to say about Core except that it's a level 9. Like, I would recommend running 3. I only got 2. But if you run 3, you can recycle cards. But what you usually aim for was Shaddoll card, right? Calamity, the end. True King Calamity, this is big game with this card because it's level 9, so you can aim for Calamity, and then when the card is sent to grave, you can still have its effect go off, but mainly, Calamity. This is the main use for the card. It can be recycled, you can play on the field with when you're fusion summoning, so you can get it back to hand, but you will always want to have this card. Last, last card in the deck, 2 Rush Shaddoll Reincarnation. You guys already know what it does. Banish one Shaddoll card, and then you can change the position of one of your monsters on the field to face down or face up. And then if you do activate this regularly as a track card, what you do get is the ability to special summon one level 4 or lower Shaddoll monster from grave to the field. I recommend you run 3 because there is the combos that people does a lot using this. Banishing one of your construct to special summon, not special summon, but to flip Ariel or, no, not Ariel, Wendy. Wendy says I will special summon construct from the banner stone, so pretty much you get multiple pluses with this card. Plus, it's a card that you can use from grave. Recommend 3, but I only have 2 right now. On to the extra deck. Pretty obvious. This is a Lightsworn Shaddoll deck, so you must run 3 constructs, hands down. Construct is the best card in this because you can get your pluses by sending one of your Shaddoll cards to the grave when special summon, and then when it attacks a monster that was special summon, that monster will be destroyed automatically. And if this card is sent to the grave, you can add one Shaddoll spell or track cards from your grave to your hand. So pretty much you can recycle your deck when it comes to spells and traps. Right. So for these, run 2 of this. mandatory. I'm currently using the other ones in my deck, but in my other decks. But if you really want to see it, give me a sec. Run two of this, right? Must plays. Hands down, you can't really choose anything else to do because Windy is like your stopper for your opponent's deck. That's why you run three Shaddoll Fusions because you want to stop your opponent from special summoning more than once, right? Uh, Next up, Apollone and Shikinaga. So you guys have a choice here, right? So you either choose to run two Apollone or two Shikinaga, right? Shikinaga is your negator and is a 3k defense, but Apollone is your negator and can't be destroyed by battle, right? So let's say you have El Shaddoll on the field, you, and then you just want to fusion summon to stop an opponent's effect. You chain link, that card summons, it hits one of your opponent monsters, right? You negate the attack, not the attack, the effect permanently, and it can't be destroyed by battle. Or you can have her on the field, giving you a plus by sending one of your Shaddoll cards to the grave, and you negate the effect of your opponent's monster, and it gets destroyed, right? So it's a choice. You can either run 1-2 or 2-1. It's just based off what the player would like to do. All right. So onto the XCs, the one-ofs, Celestial, the Sky Blaster, Musketeer, number 103, Gagaga Cowboy, 101, Silent Honor, Abyss Dweller, must have. Right, you have no other choice. You had to run this card in your deck because of the meta these days. You do players still plays from the graveyard, and if you run into what was it? Into a mirror match, you definitely want to have a Abyss Dweller in your deck so you can make sure that you stop them from disrupting your plays instead. And then for another popper, you have Tornado Dragon. So I recommend that these two be your permanent rank 4 cards in your deck. Yeah, and then for the next card, that is Xyz, it will be Calamity. Like I said, two level 9s are in your deck. They're considered traps though, so you got to be careful with that. But if your opponent doesn't really do anything, you can just go off and say Calamity and start ruining your opponent's day. And then last but not least, Decode Talker Extended, right? This card, whatever it points to, if the appointed monster is destroyed by battle, you can attack again. So it can make 2 attacks. This is what makes it a very, very powerful card. Also, it gains 500 for each card it points to. So you just want to remove your opponent's field. And if your field is too stacked and then you're like, I need space to do other type of plays, you can automatically just link out for him. This is the only link monster I run in the deck. But if you guys want to change it out for a different card, that's understandable. I thank you guys for watching my videos, and I appreciate the support that some of you give me. And I hope that you guys do like and subscribe my videos. I would like to see you guys again. Please leave comments down below. I would like to see what you guys got to say. And if you guys have opinion on this deck, I am doing updates on all my decks. I constantly do it. And then the next time I do release another Shaddoll Lightsworn deck, it will be totally different. It won't be exactly the same, but for now, I am going to keep it like this. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day and stay safe. Bye.